The White Horse has been down for just about a little over 2 weeks. And it was down because I heard a noise, didn't think it was coming from the engine, felt like it was coming from the transmission. Dropped the transmission pan, didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Didn't see a lot of flakes in the transmission fluid. Didn't see metal in the pan, nothing like that. Then started thinking, maybe it's the converter. And then kind of already needed to get the converter adjusted to maybe have better runs. So I was like, even if I do take it out, send it back to the people who built it, and it's not broken, at least they can change it so that I could get better runs. So it was kind of a two birds, one stone kind of thing, right? Then, so they did their part. And what they did was change the fin angle for me. So fin angle should give it closer, or get it closer to what I actually need to be able to launch and hold RPM and all that kind of stuff, right? Do everything better. So essentially doing things to better increase my 60-foot time, which is what I really needed. So now, finally, after FedEx and everything else, I finally have my converter back. Nothing fancy about it. As far as I can tell, technically, as far as I can tell, ain't nothing been done to it, but you kind of have to trust the people and to do what they said they were done, and hopefully it'll be good, kind of moving forward. So got the converter, finna throw it back in, about to get all this stuff up. Hopefully can throw it back in, get this thing back running, see what's up with it, and then hopefully that noise is gone, and then I can kind of get to some more fine tuning. It's probably going to be a few little changes because of this because the converter is different, but hopefully we can get things going and kind of start to really moving things forward as far as getting off the line and getting a good run consistent. So about to get started on that. So after getting the converter back, the noise that I heard was gone, but then I felt like I was getting some super soft shifting, which I wasn't sure if it was because the new converter is supposed to be more loose or if it was an issue. So that prompted me to do pressure tests. I am in the driveway, and I basically just finished a bunch of port testing on the transmission. And what I mean is I have like little ports in the side of my transmission that will allow me to diagnose what's going on. I wanted to make sure that the torque converter that I got, although it fixed the noise issue that I had, I wanted to make sure that everything else was fine. And I think I found an issue with something else that I'll take care of. Shouldn't be too hard to get done. Hopefully not anyway. But I did want to just kind of wrap up the fact that the torque converter has been put in. It does seem a little bit different. As a matter of fact, I put it up on the two-step the other day, and it didn't even feel like it was on it. So not 100% sure if it's the other issue, the other hopefully minor issue, or if it's actually the fact that it's much more loose of a torque converter. And I think we'll find out once I'm able to kind of either get it on the dyno or go to the track or do some stuff out on the street. But we will get to that point, and I'll make sure I got video of that too. But for now, torque converter's been sent out, and now we got it back. Transmission's up and in, and hopefully we can move forward from there. The transmission ended up needing to come out, and the way I see it, since it had to come out, we had to open it up. Might as well go ahead and refresh the whole thing before you don't refresh one part of it and that part goes next. So since it was out, we just went ahead and put it on the table and fixed it right back up. It's the day before Texas Whip Fest, and for whatever reason, just thought I'd come out and do a two-step check and the trans brake is not holding. And I'm not sure why. Took down the pan and checked a few things that I can check without taking the whole thing out. Hit the button. Let it go. Hit the button. Let it go. Hit the button. Let it go. Maybe need to take it down again and do the valve body, but not sure if I really have enough time for that. And to get there, I may just have to foot brake it and then quickly put that mug in all out mode. But I don't know. We're gonna see. Anyway, a lot of things that's been changed since last time. And I mean, I know every year I'm gonna be like, man, I'm gonna do more racing, but you know, just stuff happened this year, within this last year, and just didn't get around to racing. Kind of wasn't up to it. So, but still want to go to Whip Fest and see what's up. You know, see all the cars, see some racing, do some racing, all that kind of stuff. So, unless it rains, or unless it kind of talking heavy about raining, especially with diesel being at $5, over $5 a gallon. Unless it's talking about rain, we're gonna make it down and see what's what. Even if just to go one round and you know, watch some other people race. If you've never been to Texas Whip Fest, and obviously if you're watching this video and never been, then you're gonna have to wait until next year. But yeah, it's a good time. A lot of people out there. I mean, I done met tons of people, not just because I've been racing, but just other stuff too. You know, you see a lot of the cars, especially a lot of cars from the Dallas area. You see racers, I think, shoot, man, racers starting to come from other places too, which is cool. You get to see their cars in action and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you've never been to Texas Whip Fest, you need to try to make it out at least one time. I think if you make it out one time, you'll want to come back every year. So, still, day before Whip Fest, we're gonna try to make it out there, but I do want to go through some of the things that's been going on with the car since then. So we're gonna put that in this video, and then we're gonna have a day of and racing video too. So I've had two issues with this this driver side wheel and tire combination, or this whole thing actually. One was I had a lug nut issue. So I'm riding down the street one day and the wheel just starts wobbling, and then basically the wheel itself falls off the lugs because all the lug nuts fall off, but it, like, the car fell on the wheel, so it didn't just like fall to the ground and start scraping or whatever, right? And you can actually kind of see down in there, maybe a little bit, you can see the wheel, it kind of fell in there. Well, that was actually the rotor riding into the wheel. So that was a headache, but it could have been a whole lot worse. And then also, this has been repaired or since re-welded, but I had a serious issue where it wanted to be Bluetooth connected ball joint. Yeah, which, you know, I had already kind of stated. You know how it is when you start talking about your car and what you're gonna do to it. It's almost like that's the point when the stuff that you say you're gonna replace just be like, well, shoot, if you don't want me, then, right? Anyway, I had to do that. So that was one thing that happened, or two things that happened for sure. I had some, which you can kind of see down in there, but I dealt with it before, some transmission cooler issues where it was wanting to leak down off in there. You know, simple fix, but most of the time very time consuming, because it's hard to get off in there. Like, you know, you can't really fit your hands down in there and stuff. So I had to get that right. For the back, I have C-clip eliminators as far as my axles are concerned, which because I'm using the axle from a Crown Victoria, which has the end of a Crown Victoria, but the C-clip eliminators are actually for a Mustang, then that part kind of started leaking kind of bad. So that is a thing. I actually already have the other rear end that I'm basically going to chop up in order to make it work, but I kind of haven't gotten to it yet because I need something to basically make a good cut on that so that I can use these ends. I had also got to do some pretty good tuning. So my tune wasn't like far left, way off, but it wasn't hitting. So had kind of started to get on the tuning of it too a little bit better, and that was more so for the street drive. I hadn't even kind of really made it out to the point of tuning at super high boost. So still got to get there, but like I said, I kind of want to get back into it. I feel like this is a good way to just kind of jump back in. So we still gonna hit Whip Fest, but there were just a couple things we had to get done that were just like pain in the butts that we needed to get done right before getting on the road. So that's where these last few hours before Whip Fest have been spent. And yeah, some of the stuff we got to, some of it we didn't, but we still gonna hit it.